Hello there and welcome. It's time for the second battle report from our May tournament. This time between Ruby on the left and Bradley on the right. Again, this is at our local game store Magic Stronghold here in Vancouver, Canada, who is awesome and lets us take up their table space on a monthly basis. So Ruby is going to be playing a technically Republic list with Darth Vader and Barriss Offee with the ARFs. That pairing is becoming a little more common, Darth Vader and Barriss. I think probably after people started toying with Vader and Plo, and also throwing Barriss in there then because they start getting their force pushes for free, which is very strong. And then the classic Obi list or Obi squad of him with Rex and the Republic clone commandos. So she'll be working with 7 force. And then Bradley has the Mandalorian box, and so he is playing that squad along with Lord Maul, who is a scoundrel, I think is the important tag there, along with the Mandalorians of Bo-Katan and Clan Kryze, which you need someone from prequel era in the other squad in order to be running them with Mandalorian. People are speculating that maybe there'll be another version of Bo-Katan, maybe even a primary in the New Republic era or something. So 6 force for them, but Maul, of course, has his force economy shenanigans where he can take damage. And then, so just take a look at their cards, the new cards. Clan of 2, that's an active ability for him. Each character in the unit gets a dash. Then, if all of the allied units within 2 are bounty hunter, Mandalorian, or scoundrel, so Maul is scoundrel there, so that helps. Probably a deciding factor between him and Ahsoka or another primary that kind of works on his own. Then one character in the unit may immediately make a 5 dice attack or choose an enemy within 3 and push them away 2. So self-movement and potential for some diceless displacement there. Fearless and inventive, we've seen that on Leia's card, adding 2 dice to the attack roll for each enemy character that is other than the one that's targeted, that's wounded, or not wounded, but is engaged with the Mandalorian. And then we've got kind of a variation of deflect with do the magic hand thing. If it controls contains attack roll constrains a fail, then attacker suffers 2, and then this is the way identity when an enemy character wounds another allied unit, so it doesn't work on himself. But after the effect is resolved, one character in the unit may double heal and then reposition. And then again, the bounty hunter, Mandalorian, scoundrel units within 4 can remove a condition and gain a hunker. So we'll see how much of that he is giving out. Maul is Maul. Grief, he's 3 points. Active ability for each bounty hunter character within 4 to heal and then dash. Close the deal. When an opposing player chooses to activate a unit from the reserve, this unit may use this ability. Choose an allied bounty hunter character. Then the chosen character may immediately dash and then make a 5 dice attack targeting a character in the unit that was chosen to activate. So this has been confirmed to not be not be like Django's ability, where it can kind of cancel an activation. It's before kind of the activation starts. So if they get wounded, then they just wake up as they normally would, become injured, and things are going to cost more, but they get their activation. There's one job, basically putting a bounty on someone and getting you a move of the struggle token one space. When the first time a bounty hunter moves that character. And then he also has the tie breaking for control. For wolves at my back. IG-11, tactic to dash after removing a condition. He can reactive ability to get a second attack, 5 dice attack. And it has to be on another enemy unit. Then he's got this interesting ability that's a bit of a gamble. Each time a character in this unit makes an attack targeting enemy character that is contesting an active objective you do not control, it may add 3 dice to the attack roll. But if it does, and the defender is not wounded by the attack, lose a momentum. So you're potentially using it to get yourself a momentum, but if you do not wound them, you will actually lose one. So kind of a net -2 there on that gamble. Victory through combat is impossible, so this one is interesting. When he's wounded, then each time an opposing player gains a momentum, so that includes getting one from him being wounded, if there are more enemy characters than allied characters within 3, roll an attack die for each wounded and injured token. Then, if there's a fail, each character in the unit may dash, and then each character within 3 suffers 5. Then you would be defeated, as in removed from the board. So, self-destruct thing going on there. I've seen some people say that they have gotten big damage out on that. It's definitely a bit random, a little bit hard to control. So I haven't seen too many people saying that it's kind of a terrible thing where they got screwed over when he was wounded once or something like that. So anyway, we'll see how it goes in this game. They're playing on Sabotage Showdown. This time they got the objectives up on the buildings and stuff, so that might make things interesting when it comes to contesting and all that.
Okay, so putting a bounty on Barrett. So I guess we'll throw one of these out there on her card or something. Go ahead and shuffle your deck here.
So bounty is going to be on Barris. If she decides to take damage to give her more dice, it's going to be making it very easy for her to get wounded. And for him to get that extra move of the struggle token, I think it is. Yes.
Drawing Maul first. We're spending a force to hold that.
So Bradley is going to pick Maul and put him into reserve, getting the Mandalorian instead. Mando's pretty tanky, I've heard, so not bad to get him moved up onto a point and make it hard to get back. He does have a reposition in his defensive expertise if he rolls 4 or more.
We'll plan of 2 to dash up here by spending a force.
Taking a move
Not rolling the
action,
attack or anything.
using Clan of Two just for the dash, and then take cover to get right up on that top objective. So he should be controlling 3 of the objectives.
So I will go ahead and claim claim these 3. 1, 2, and 3. And over to you. Nice. Do you have the bingo card already? Nice.
So Ruby's picking the Shatterpoint first.
I guess that, yeah,
So we'll see who she decides to go with. Oh, shuffling it back in, it looks like. And picking Obi-Wan Kenobi. So he is on the side to be taking on the Mandalorian. However, he's made it difficult to be getting up into melee with him.
Oh, so you drew Obi-Wan here? We can double check.
However, it looks like
we've already spent put the Shatterpoint card back.
it might actually be close enough if he gets up on the building that's towards her side, and like as close to the edge as possible, then she might be within range 2 and at the proper elevation, and therefore engaged with Mando to be able to attack him, even though there's a gap between the 2 buildings. Just moving forward around the building. Alright, so pointing out that she's already got control of those back 2 points. Just gonna move towards the middle, it looks like. Try to get to the right elevation. And alright, take cover, get a hunker. Just gonna start moving. Maybe try and attack that back objective next turn, or next if she gets the Shatterpoint, maybe Shatterpoint him and steal that back point. Top right. But she will get 2 points. Now Bradley's getting his Shatterpoint.
We're also spending a force here. We'll draw this next. IG.
Shuffle it back in. IG8 or IG11. I mean, getting picked next.
What do I do with IG?
Maybe I'm used to playing with things on a tight force budget, but I tend to, even if the Shatterpoint is drawn early, I tend to just go with it anyway and just pick whoever I feel would be the best to have go at that point, or who I maybe want to be going with twice in the order deck anyway, and just save my force for the abilities. But I do understand the wanting to maybe get it later so that you can have some flexibility once the board has a different once it's a different board state and there's more things happening.
Obi. I know this is what you like, but oh well. Oh well, that's all I got.
So just gonna pop up and oh yes, an attack. Attack on Kenobi. I don't know if she did the
I got a full 8 here.
I don't know if she did the Swan Civilized
Sorry, change the block to
thing there. Getting another hunker and potentially doing 3 damage.
okay, so you got 2 here.
Now with attacking Obi-Wan, I know he definitely has a hunker from his turn, so risking the dash forward to the ladder on the tall building, that would allow him to tie that point if he's close enough after the dash. And then, well, I guess he would keep that point, so not much risk there. Guess I missed how many successes he got, but he got 2 shoves out of it, so at least 4 successes to be getting those 2 shoves. She's gonna do the heal and dash, removing a hunker, or maybe she's just thinking about it. Bradley will get 3 points. So skipping over the 0 boarding, giving them both the momentum. Looking at attacking Mandalorian. I'm not sure who she drew. Maybe she got Shatterpoint and she's thinking about going with Kenobi. Yep, looks like that's what's happening. Got to Ingress point. Going over towards that other side point so that she can be scoring 3 as well. Might have been interesting to steal the back bottom point, given that it's on the ground elevation. Those other Mandalorians are not on the ground, although there might be one hiding near the building. So 3. I think doing a recover action. Get rid of some of the damage. And getting 3 points on that turn. So Bradley's getting the Mandalorians, and they will do possibly do a move action to that Ingress point. They are a little better at ranged attacks. But okay, so yeah, gonna kind of wait, do the jump later, the jetpack maybe. So they can keep their sharpshooter here and get 8 dice on this attack.
We'll give you a pin, disarm, and 4 damage. And shove twice.
And disarm 4 damage. So we've got 4 steps on the tree there. Taking kind of the top. So 1 shove back to the edge of the building. Second. Thought there was a second shove there. Could probably get him off. Or I guess then he would be hiding behind the building, so gonna take the shot, second shot instead.
So we'll block all these, and then we'll go 2 down the tree. How much damage do I have to do here? So do 3 damage, another pin, and another shot.
I think that's gonna get the wound
All the way down, if that's okay with you?
on
All the way down here.
Kenobi there.
And then I'll spend 1 force to have both of them jump.
Momentum.
Up here.
And then you're gonna do the jump. Jetpack. Both jump up. And so he'll be controlling 4 points.
So then, so we'll do 1 wound here.
So with Clan Kreese having a shove on 1, that's a pretty, it's not super risky to leave Obi-Wan at the proper elevation in order to get that second shot, because he could probably shove him off anyway. Gives him the chance to wound. Also, they have 2 bodies, so either way, they're going to flip that point, even if Obi-Wan is still on the proper elevation. So, oops. Ruby has picked the Commandos, so let's see what they can do. They can definitely outbody Commando on that point. Looks like they're taking defensive maneuver first. And hopefully noticing that she could move to the edge of the building that she's on, and but probably be definitely be within 2 of the objective and be able to steal that from him. Yeah, I think she's thinking that she has to be on the same building, but she would be at the proper elevation on that other one. You can move action, go forward, and one of them's taking that ingress point. And then I'm going to do the defensive maneuver second. But might be good to, if she's hoping to attack. Okay, we're going to take that ingress point. And is the other one going to dash up as well? Figured maybe do the attacks first, and then set their ranged attacks, and then do the defensive maneuver. That being said, there's no they don't have any shoves, so they can't shove him back or off at all. Okay, backtracking a bit.
Get him closer again.
Okay, so kind of, yeah, realizing that, there we go, realize they could be both contesting at the right elevation around that building, so.
You can? Oh my goodness. Okay, yep, sounds good.
Right, because move and defensive maneuver to get there. So.
Okay, I got you.
Yes, they're just out of engagement with
Oh, okay.
Mando to make it ranged attacks, but in range of that objective. So let's see how tanky Mando's defense is. He's in bring you in cold side. But really, yeah, it doesn't really matter on defense.
Change one crit to hit. Okay. Block me. Okay. 2 down 3. 2 to the pin. Alright. Okay. Let's see. Do it again. Okay. 2 blocks and change a crit to a fail.
Took 2 damage and a pin, so there was two getting through last time.
Okay. Leaves my hunker.
6 damage. +1, so 7.
So looks like 2 successes each, so decent rolls for supports shooting into Mando. And she will get 3 points. I think Bradley's getting his Shatterpoint now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I'll do that right now.
Looks like it's the one where you get to refresh a force.
I will just focus punch here.
Mando is gonna go try and get that objective that he's on back. He could.
Yeah, I should be able to.
If this doesn't work, he could run over to Ruby's top back. Right, top left there. And easily steal that.
Mando going into them. So we're punching. So we're focused.
But he's going to focus and attack the commandos.
So we go 4 down the tree here. If I hit this with my tree, do I get to do the ability later as well?
Yes, so you would complete your whole tree first. Once all that's resolved, then you pick which ability you want to use. As a reminder, you can only use the ability once per turn.
Oh, okay.
So if you've already done it, it basically doesn't do anything.
So it just needs, or it needs 7 damage because of the protection. 5 steps would get him there.
We'll deal 6 damage here. One shove and a string. But I guess that goes down to 5 damage. Okay. Yeah, sounds good. String.
Doing 5 damage, shove and strain.
And then we will go ahead and spend a force to dash.
So he's going to spend for the man of 2. And he's got no one around him, so he doesn't have to check for the tags on allied units. I mean, they're all fit that anyway.
Okay, 1 crit goes through, that's all I need. That's 2 damage here.
So, gets a crit through on the 5 dice attack for 2 damage. 1 goes through, but that's all he needs.
And then
get the wound,
Yeah, and then I'll
flip the point, get his 4.
and go back to
So playing it his way. If only there was a way that he could have also left that point to get the back one, but that would have been a little. Well, he used the focus action, which maybe got him a little farther down his tree to get that wound. So, Ruby has picked the ARC Troopers. They're going to move in. Just kind of moving forward towards the middle. I think they're probably having to aim for that ingress point. Yeah. Dash. Defensive maneuver, dash. You remember to move the other guy as well. There we go. So you can take that close ingress point. Or we might be aiming for the other one as well. Oh yeah, should probably get close enough. Yep, okay. And then they do both need to be within 1 of the ingress points. But popping them both up, getting the hunker. Oh, we're going to try to be out of engagement because we're not going to be close enough for the objective anyway. Keeping our hunker. Wonder if she'll attack the back one, trying to get the shoves.
just run down the tree.
This will be a damage and a pin. See if the other one can get a little further. One shove's definitely not going to get them off, though. So I think we're getting 3 steps there. For pin, shove, expose. Pin will become another damage. So that's 5 out of 7. Could have done the shove, or if she's attacking the one that's closer to the bottom, could shove him back. Could also be doing a follow up to get close to that point, but then she'd lose the hunker. Bradley's in a good position here, having 4 objectives already. Oh yeah, it's a good time to be going with Grief, who can, I think, sometimes be, it sounds like an underwhelming activation, but he doesn't really need to do much anyway. The other option I was thinking about was having Maul go and attempt to move across the board to steal the back point. Oh yeah, should mark. Ruby got 2 momentum, so So yeah, if Bradley gets 5 points, then he would get this struggle. But he's in a good position, doesn't have to rush to close this one out. And Maul could do some more damage in later. Probably save him for struggle flip so that he can get a good start to the next struggle. So Reef was attacking the Arfs there. I'm not sure how much he got through on that. But she's going to use the heal and dash a hunker. Move a little closer to that objective. Rex is... Oh no, I see what's happening. Rex is going next. So we got 4 points. Giving a dash and hunker to the Arf. Rex is moving in. Gonna try to finish off the Clan Kreese. Should be easy. I think they've only got 2 health left and they're exposed. Oops.
Taking 5, so 2 left.
Yeah. Well, I haven't moved yet. But you focus. I did focus. Yeah. Never mind. Couldn't have done it anyway. That's 3.
Got 1. Get rid of my expose.
Corp's getting through. She only needs 2 damage, but I'm gonna go to the top and re-expose, get a shove, and so that will... Does the shove and follow up. He could get in range there.
Measure, please. Range, is Rex in range to capture this?
Ooh, alright.
I'll move,
Yeah, if you don't mind. You want to say that?
There you go.
Yeah, I'll say that. Yep, yeah, I just bumped that man up.
That's close. Okay. So go 2 for you?
Rex is out there. I think if he was doing 6 damage, he should have gotten the follow-up from the shove. But anyway, that'll be 2 for Ruby. And so Bradley will be getting the struggle on this turn. See if he wants to go with here.
We'll give Clan Kreese a movement for free. Get rid of the pin.
So Bo-Katan is going.
And then she will...
Gonna give Clan Kreese a jump to get rid of the pin. And then that way they only have 1 condition to get rid of when they become injured from wounded.
How do I do this?
Thinking about moving into the center. It's quite likely that center point's gonna flip when the new struggle begins. And Maul is back, still in order to take that his back point if needed.
That lets her do a free focus and a free dash. To get up to...
So moving the ground level
Yeah, to get up to.
within 2 of
So that's my ingress.
Kreese, which will give her a dash,
And then
taking the ingress point up.
she also gets to dash and then heal twice. So I guess I'll heal the expose off of these guys. And then so now I'm focused and I'm punching for 8 against the ARFs.
Gonna try to finish off the ARFs. And hasn't used the jump yet, so might be able to use that to take Ruby's back point and really have a lot of board control going into this next struggle.
Okay, I'll go down 2 down the tree here.
2 steps. Oops.
Okay.
We'll give her 3 damage. And gonna do the pin rather than taking the jump.
Oh, okay. And then I will, I'll spend a force to jetpack.
Yeah, force to jetpack. Oh, going towards the center. Gonna really try to
So then I'll score 4.
have that center point for next struggle to toss up whether the back point is going to be active or not
Faces me, but you make
on Ruby's side. So right, so yeah, the options were that or the mirror. So it would have been, yeah, the back point by Barris, the point that the Clan Kreese are on, but they're wounded. And she's got pretty good control over there. The ARFs are probably ready to be wounded, but Rex could get over there. Of course, that would take a little bit of movement, which he's already gone. But then the other one would be the one near Maul. So, because Bradley's starting off with Mando on one point and IG-11 on the other. And then, yeah, she doesn't really have control of any of them. So yeah, might have been better to go the other way, but we'll see how this pans out. Barris is going next. It looks like Vader was put in reserve. So Barris is moving up, hoping to force push Mando off. But she does also need to get into range herself in order to get that point. It is, force push is range 3. Oops, wrong one again.
No. You can push him to the edge. If you go here, the notch here will prevent it from being completed, so he's on the up top, and if you go here, you don't make it to the edge. So, Mando is there.
But the tank cover has to be instead of an attack cover.
Or speed.
Force speed it up, and then took cover, and then move. Okay. So we tie?
Alright, force speed, take cover, and then a move in order to get there, but that'll tie that point.
Or I guess technically I figured it out.
IG-11 has the back point.
Are you? I guess he's a little far.
Vader.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. I guess usually it's your like other units that clear this one, right? So I guess this one's not clear.
Yeah, I don't know that Vader's within 2 there.
0?
Because he hasn't moved at all yet.
Won't do this.
So I think that'll be no points, which
I've only got
which will get them both the momentum, I think, initially.
this one.
Now he is kind of stuck with Maul, which is kind of strange to say, but Maul could run 4 speed, move forward, do a ranged attack in Sinister Cunning to go for a reposition, even if he throws at Arf to finish them off. Should be easy to get at least the 2 steps to get a reposition up to the uncontested block point. But gonna go over towards where Varys is, I think. Move and force speed.
Well, there's no place to run into Varys to pull her towards me.
And then pull her down.
Let's see, I guess trying to get you out of melee range here. If that's okay. Yep, and then I'll range attack into her. So you'll be exposed, and there'll be 7 dice into you.
He does want to get the reposition. He's in trying to get the ranged attack. Extra 7th die. Maybe her is her defense better? Yeah, her defense is better in melee as well. So he's getting 5. So that will be 5, 6, 7. So might be 1 short on the wound. Oh, got 1 from the expertise. So yeah, that will be 8 damage. Varys. That will not set off the bounty hunter Grief's ability there. The bounty to move the struggle token 1. I got a shove. Gonna do follow up kind of towards the center.
Jedi Hunter's coming, huh? I guess, yeah, you're your last card here? Yeah. Okay, alright, I'm just gonna reposition and then jump up here and heal too.
Reposition, and then the jump. So now there's both primaries on that point, the priority point. So, oh yes, so that was tied, and the priority, that makes more sense. So he did need to get Varys off of there to get that 2 points from the priority token. So getting his 3. He also got the wound, and that's going to be very difficult for Ruby to take back, especially since Vader is coming next, and he can get decent distance, but with the 2 advances, a move and his ability, but then he struggles a little bit with the elevation. And the priority token's on the back. Bradley's back points. That's not great for Ruby either. So just gonna ingress up. Are there any targets for him to throw at? maybe Bo-Katan.
Oh yeah, I'm still wounded. She's up. Okay. Poor Bo-Katan. So mean.
Gonna throw his lightsaber at Bo-Katan.
Nice for me. Block one.
So it was a flight to Toronto, and then from Toronto to Paris, and then a drive to Belgium. So 2 damage and a shot and drive around there. It was just a,
2 in a shot. Okay.
for the tour,
Getting just one success through for 2 damage and a shove.
Did you want to shove it?
Yeah.
So that's 1 for you.
1 point for Ruby on that.
1 momentum.
Momentum for not crossing 0.
We'll roll for it.
Or for it being on Bradley's side, I guess I should say.
We'll draw.
So priority token's the middle, so that's nice for Bradley. He's pulling Bo-Katan.
How shovable are you? You're Vader.
Yeah, looking at the other objective that he doesn't have. She doesn't have great access to shoves, being on 3 and 4, but Vader's not very resistant to shoves either. Four points would...
These guys are almost wounded?
Yeah, so 4 points would finish the struggle. However, getting a wound and the 3 points they already has would also...
The Mandalorians.
So...
Oh, sorry, Mando here. With her ability.
Oh yeah, she can give the Mandalorian a jump from her Plight of Mandalore. It's just another Mandalorian character. Doesn't have to be a support. So I think he maybe got rid of the pin on that. Or no, he's considering the jump for Clan Kreese instead.
So we'll move this Mandalorian with her ability.
Yeah, set up the refocus.
Roll will move to this ladder and then ingress here. Because she does that, she gets to dash and heal twice. So we'll heal to this. And then
Right, so free focus also gives dash and heal 2, getting rid of that damage from Vader. Melee attack on the ARFs, so they won't be hunkered anymore. She'll get 8 dice into the ARFs 4.
you block 2, block these 2, so go 3 down here.
So getting 3 down the tree. Not sure how much they have left, but he can do up to 5 damage.
We'll deal 4 and jump. 4 and jump here. So I believe that's...
Or jump away.
So that's 1 wound, and then I'll score 1, 2, and 3.
So getting the wound. Getting the 3 points. So that'll be the win for Bradley. I think maybe some confusion with the terrain, not realizing until the commando's turn that they could be at the same elevation and in contesting range on that other building, because maybe Kenobi could have gone up to do that and then also been in range of the Mandalorian to do an attack and shove him off and all that good stuff. Maybe at least be able to get some damage in see what the shoves could do, some conditions, that sort of thing. Because he kind of wandered around aimlessly a little bit in this game, kind of going to the center, hunkering. He did get that. Yeah, he did get the bottom middle point on the second activation, I think. He went with the Shatterpoint, but then did get shoved off. So that was unfortunate. And then Vader activating last, and not really being in range to do a melee attack into anybody. Just throwing a couple damage into Bo-Katan so that he could get that back point. But the other thing was, yeah, like I mentioned, the objective pick for Struggle 2 there, because yeah, I would rather leave Barriss back on a back point rather than Vader. So again, both of them are open at the time. The Clan Crees were wounded on the bottom middle point, so that would have been easy to take. Yeah, Kenobi got wounded, but any time that you could get Rex to move, then that would get that point, or that could have been one that Vader could have gone for. And then also, it puts the back point for Bradley on the side that Maul is on, and which would mean that on Bradley's turn, he's going to have to play reserved with Maul and sit on that back point in order to gain control of it. So, yeah, maybe not quite the best choice on that. And we didn't really get to see Barriss take advantage of Vader's extra dice as well to potentially get the free force push. Maybe could have. Well, yeah, I guess that's the thing with that setup, is that the commandos were blocking up contesting range for Barriss to do melee attacks into Mando. So yeah, that definitely wasn't helping the situation either. Mando, being the tank that I've heard he is, and just kind of getting up on that top middle point, sitting there and being hard to deal with. Also getting that wound on the commandos, basically not one-shotting them, but he did get the wound within his activation between the two attacks. So that was good for flipping that point back. Good timing there, because he had just had it taken away and then was able to take it back. So thank you for watching. Let me know if you have any comments in the comment section, and we'll see you next time.